clear, a bit more damage to monsters, and the passive is a little bit stronger. Other than that, though, these are just some fairly lower priority for sure, but normal.
Yeah, there is a rotation over from Roma potentially.
I'm concerned about that. Don't mess with the Zoe.
Yeah, the Trouble Bubble can really make things difficult in this early stage. As there's the flash crash down from Namgung. Flash out immediately from Jiu, who does get the Deadly Flourish, and Willer is popping off. Flash out from Teddy, though. That is going to get him to safety, but Willer going to be going down. First Blood goes over to the Nocturne. And the Bros are going to augment that with a grab as well. To follow, there is Willa making his way over, but Gideon might be able to grab this kill anyway. There is the Scion making his way in, tries to drift his way over, but Rich makes it to the wall. And Scatter the Weak out from Ukal. He needs to flash. A little bit of a disaster here, but Roma will find a great angle on that Trouble Bubble. And the Paddle Star, not going to be enough. So the Bros still waiting. There is another flash in from Namgung as Andil wants to get on over here, but there's a Deadly Flourish flying on forward, and Namgung likely to die here. Scatter the Weak is going to take him down as the orb flies forward, and DRX answer that.
Right.
It's like it's a thinking man's soul.
Exactly.
Well,
you don't just get soul and win the game. You have to think about how do we close this out.
Exactly.
What do we do? What does Namgung have to do to get away from this?
Crash down.
There we go.
Yeah, we have the answer to that one. Well, hopefully this isn't an Ocean Drake coming up next, as Gideon is just going to take this first dragon straight in. As he's evened out the farm between himself and Ukal.
I think Zoe's just a very unfun champion to play against.
I would say so. But definitely fun to be in chat around because there is a lot of copy pasta that does get thrown in, which I do enjoy.
Yeah.
Namgung going for it again. Does get knocked back though, as Jiu in a pretty comfortable position, and Teddy not so much. Depth Charge comes on through. Deadly Flourish is there, and Willa has the follow-up. Boom goes the fourth shot, and Jiu's able to lock it down. We'll need to, maybe we can check in. We can have a grasp stack counter that someone could set up for us. As Paranoia goes in once again. World Ender is there in answer, but it's a decent crash down, and Magnus Storm from Namgung to hold them in position. Andal's going to go down as well. Paddle Star lands. And
Dragon first. Gideon doesn't have ult, so I think Bro are like tentative on contesting this.
Right now there is a lot of vision in the area for the Bros, but they're not really able to do anything.
TPing in with a big shield.
Yeah, Bubble goes wide, but Roma will have another one of those pretty soon. Baron just sails by casually here as Rich, finding himself very far up. As another Paddle Star going to connect here. There's another Deadly Flourish to come down. The Nocturne secures the Dragon as Will is in the back of the pit trying to get that steal off. As the curtains have been called, but all of the bullets went into casting, and he just did not care. Andal dead in the blink of an eye as Roma is going to be able to line up the Paddle Star.
Yeah, and with the Crystalline Overgrowth, it's one auto and it's gone. Jiu also has Rapid Fire, so
he could just walk up and shoot it, is what I'm thinking. And look at this. Wanders up and shot it. There it goes.
It's easy as that.
Still being called through here is now Rich looking for the angle. Went all out onto casting, but traded the ulti. Finds the Q3 though. Still trying to look for it. Is dodging a lot of these Qs is casting, but Rich just doesn't care. He's under the turret and he'll take down the Scion. Solo bolo for the Rich man from the top lane.
Honestly, the attack speed on the Bandle Pipes, you can actually see how fast.
See, it's worth the extra money, Ox.
The value that Rich was getting in the all-in there, going pretty hard, able to get a solo kill. This is why we were looking at the top lane matchup.
Dude, he actually just did a Bandle Pipe solo.
He's pretty chill.
He will be all right.
Roma really wants to land a big bubble.
Oh God, Andal finding a brilliant hook up to Teddy into the back line. He gets smote. There's the all-out from the Bandle Piper himself. Namgung also in a rough position as the curtains get called, and Teddy, he's at safety, but the snipe is so good. And the shutdown onto Gideon as well, and DRX say, we don't need your Chemtech Dragon. We want a Baron.
And Andal, you know, guys, I'm getting a little nervous.
Yeah, I'm very nervous. There is no Paranoia though, so Gideon can't get over here. They're looking for the turn instead of going for this Baron. And instead, DRX are going to get nothing at all.
It's the classic nothing at all play. Just keep it. Ooh, we're just fighting again.
All right. And Paranoia just came back up. Let's see whether they can find the angle. There's Paranoia. It's back down once again. Deadly Flourish connects, and the unleashed power takes out the Nocturne. No more smite for this battle as casting gets interrupted in his ultimate. Torn back as Andal, oh my god, he's bookended this series with great performances. Ignore the middle. Don't look at it. But these last two have been brilliant. These hankers, man, they are magnetic.
Finding some great angles here. TRX get back on the map. Fight for Dragon again. They have to win this Dragon fight twice, but twice they did win it.
Taking the Baron in the time of that that replay.
it's still close in terms of gold. There's still definitely ways that Bro can play the fights and win it, but it's been some good setups from DRX. Pen coming in from the 80 carries is pretty big. Yukal approaching Rabadons. He's also got
not exactly the big ones here. So casting looking a little worse for wear, but I think there's still some fight in the Bros. 11 seconds, and it's soul point for either side. The Bros do get themselves in there, as Roma doesn't have his verdant barrier anymore. Another hook to start it up, but once again it's on the Scion, and now they're looking for Namgung. Not going to be able to get any engages out of this Rel, as she is just dead. The unleashed power onto any target here, says Yukal, as the depth charge is going to knock up the Zoe, and that is a paranoia used in defense. And that is a white flag if ever I've seen one. DRX just free to take the Drake.
Yeah, just backing away, popping the Nocturne ult defensively, not able to find the angle, and the bubble just never connecting onto anyone they really want to commit to.
And this is one of the problems with Zoe. It's so obvious when you don't...
You can just fire off and play really aggressive. But with this comp, I mean, there, you just had your spell shield procced, so now you have to be a bit careful when you're fishing.
Ooh, beach ball.
Okay, good poke.
Well, taking a lot of damage here, and they are immediately going in. Flash out from Yukal as the paranoia does get used. There's the flash on forward. Namgung actually very far away from the rest of the team, and once again, Yukal just presses an R button on him. I swear that was on cooldown, and oh god, Roma just explodes! Here is the return salvo, as Willer and Rich just bouncing around the team fight. A deadly flourish from off screen is exactly what Gio wants to do. Walks up, throws out the bullet, and even has time to reload before the Scion goes down again. DRX find a clean, almost a clean ace. Somehow Gideon makes it out alive.
And I think that might just be enough. They're looking for the end. Gideon can't get a recall either. 5 members up.
Oh man, the Bros so incredibly close to glory here in this best of 5. But unfortunately, looks like DRX are going to put an end to it, as the inhibitor is going to go down. 5 members strong, looking to close in on these Nexus turrets. Hook is going to get flashed here by Namgung. Does manage to get the Shadowing Strike onto a couple, but still, he's going to be going down. In goes Gideon, desperately trying to find a kill. Does get it onto Yukal here. And that is a fair bit of the damage now removed.
Okay,
he's trying to be annoying, and there is the pullback from the Infernal Chain. So it is going to be Nocturne going down, but the GA actually is going to buy enough time to save the game for now.
That's enough. Teddy's here.
Yeah. Wants to try and find an explosive charge. Does get that. As now a teleport's coming in. Oh, never mind.
That'd be fair. Well, it doesn't seem to want to do that, though.
Yeah. He's in the back of the pit for the moment.
Gideon's
Rich is
now
very
up,
scary.
though, but he's clearing the waves.
Okay. So the game almost ended. Instead, Chemtech Soul.
Yeah, we've all seen when Aatrox goes a little bit under half
His health bar is a rubber band.
Yeah. Roma fishing.
We'll find the bubble onto Willa here. Thinking about looking for an angle, but...
Okay, I don't understand Teddy's build.
Well, but Trouble Bubble going to go wide once again here, as the Bros don't want to give this one up. Hook going to connect onto the Scion once again. Teddy, now with that rapid fire, able to get some stuff done. Not to be confused with the rapid fire cannon, as once again another hook connects onto the Scion. This time he's actually taking real damage, as Gio can get some auto attacks down. The Magna Storm into the backline, but Namgung, where's the follow-up? No one's here! And the Paranoia's on cooldown for another 4 seconds! Oh dear. And this time Yukal didn't even have to use his ultimate.
Oh, do you go for a steal? They could end the game if this goes badly for Bro.
Well, this is kind of exactly what Zoe wants.
You also don't have vision into the pit is the problem. How do you get a look in? It might have to be casting to...
Put his body in there, let's see. Another hook going to connect though as they just turn onto the Scion. And he's going to take some killing, but they have the time to... Oh, the unleashed power from Yukal. He finds the priority target. Casting is going to be taken down as Gideon is just launched on here by the Vandal Piper himself. It's a double for the Jin. And it's only Roma and Casting left alive. And I think Casting is a zombie right now, so he is just going to get taken out. And it's just the Zoe left skipping away.
This should be enough to end. Roma and Namgung have to try, but I just don't think it's enough. 4 members strong. Just the Nexus towers.
And we've been in this position before, but this one is looking so much more dire here for the Bros. Namgung not going to be able to do anything about this. That Nexus turret goes down for the 2nd time, and the Rel is just pulled into the blender. Roma still does have his shield, but Gio is just so dangerous on this Jin. He'll just blow up the Nexus and use his reload timing to take down the Zoe as well. Look.